Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you watch this channel. Now, everybody's talking about the condition of OBURU Odinga, the former Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga's brother. Now, let's talk about OBURU Odinga also in this analysis. Now, there's a statement that Ruth Odinga delivered concerning why OBURU Odinga is in Dubai. But we, in this analysis, differ with Ruth Odinga. But I'm going to explain why I differ with Ruth Odinga's statement, because according to her, she's saying that OBURU traveled to Dubai because he needed some rest. Now, according to her, Senator OBURU Odinga has taken a short trip to Dubai for a 3-day rest following an intense stretch of political and personal engagements. Now, this is something she announced on social media posts. Now, where she noted that OBURU Odinga needed to take a break after what she has described as hectic and emotional taxing period. And this is what she said. ODM party leader OBURU Odinga has traveled to Dubai for a 3-day visit to rest following a hectic political period. Now, hectic political period. Now, I want us to look at this thing from honest reality, because even when Raila Amolo Odinga was alive, we used to be told that, oh, he has gone to Dubai to rest. Oh, he has gone to India to rest. Oh, he has gone to UK to rest. Does one have to go to Dubai to rest for 3 days? I mean, you book a flight to Dubai, go rest there for 3 days, come back. Is something happening behind the scene? Now, personally, I think this trip of Dubai is tied to some medical condition of OBURU. Remember, during the cake incident that we talked about in this channel, and many of you heard about the discussion in other channels, OBURU surfaced a day after because that video went viral. And in OBURU's statement, he talked about his own personal health conditions, that he was allergic to cake because of sugar content. So, I mean, people are quick to buy the story because, honestly speaking, he is old, and maybe if he has those underlying conditions, then subjecting himself to such a condition would have maybe interfered with his health. So let's look at the timing of all this, because this happens after a day after OBURU was seen campaigning for Boyd Were. Then the next day we were told that OBURU is not around, is in Dubai for some kind of medical related issues. So what Ruth is trying to tell us here is just trying to divert attention from so that people don't talk about this matter in terms of health, because of course, if OBURU was a senior to Raila Amolo Odinga in terms of age, and when Raila was appeared to be a little bit weak, but then what about OBURU? Of course, OBURU, considering the age, also has some issues, personal health issues because of age issues. So I personally don't agree with Ruth Odinga's statement about sabbatical leave, someone, OBURU Odinga going out in Dubai just to rest. Kwani, we have our own Diani Beach. We have our big hotels around here in Kenya. Couldn't OBURU Odinga just go to one of them and just take a rest? If it was the issue of rest, because I believe you can rest anywhere. I mean, you can just be a domestic tourist, go to Malindi, go to Ukunda, those places. There are so many good places in Kenya where someone can just take a rest. Talk about Masai Mara, those areas. What is the need of traveling all the way to Dubai for 3 days, then come back? Even if you are rich, resting for 3 days, considering the flight times, if you're traveling, using a flight. Of course, it has to be through a flight. But then again, look at that time. That time being taken, you're there for 3 days and come back. It is still hectic. So I think, personally, I think Oburu Odinga is out because of medical conditions. Ruth will not tell us that, but that is what we believe in. If I may take you back to Raila's condition, and we were told about so many stories. Raila has just gone out to rest. In fact, he's practicing, and Oburu will be the first person to tell us about these stories. And Mama Ida would also talk about the same stories. But then later on, they changed the tune. You know, it changed all of a sudden. That again, the condition of Raila Odinga was worse, but now he is stable. You see how they quickly changed the tune. So even in this case of Oburu, I'm suspecting something, ladies and gentlemen. We doubt the statements. We think, based on history and how they took us for a ride on Raila Odinga's health, even this Oburu's condition, they are most likely not telling us the truth. They're not telling us the truth, maybe because they don't want to create fear. They don't want to create an anxiety. Maybe those could be the reasons why. But one thing that you need to note, this is happening after the cake incident. So assume that cake interfered with him. So does it mean that he's out there because from some medical checkups in Dubai? Maybe that is the case. So perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe, like this video. Until you catch up again, stay safe and stay blessed.